10 interesting facts about marriage. Marriage is one of the landmark moments in most people's life. It's an investment both financially and emotionally. Today, we'll be taking a look at 10 very interesting facts surrounding this beautiful and elegant tradition. Regardless of how big your wedding is or the extravagance of the day, the most important things in a marriage is who you marry. That's where GoMarry.com comes in. This video is brought to you by GoMarry.com, the biggest marriage-only relationship service. Unlike regular dating sites that only promise you another date, our members are ready and looking for commitment, marriage, and family. Don't waste time on dating sites talking to insincere people. Find your perfect husband or wife to start your family right now at GoMarry.com. Number 1. Weddings weren't always so white. While we are now completely accustomed to the image of a glowing bride in a flowing white gown, this time-honored tradition actually isn't so ancient. On February 10, 1840, the face of weddings changed entirely. It was on this date that Queen Victoria married Prince Albert. The two were wed in a lavish ceremony in which the Queen wore a large, elegant satin gown. The reason for the color choice was largely a matter of elegance through simplicity, and in much the way we still emulate the fashion choices of pop culture idols, the rich and famous soon began copying the simple color choice. It wasn't until nearly a decade later that Gotti's Lady's Book incorrectly reported that wearing white was an ancient custom linked to purity. Number 2. Main vein. Many Central and Northern European couples follow no tradition at all when it comes to which finger they display the wedding ring on. In fact, the idea of wearing it on the third finger of the left hand is an ancient Roman belief based on the idea that a particular nerve in that finger led directly to the heart. They called this vein the vena amoris, or vein of love. Because of that sweet legend, this tradition has continued to be a common practice in much of the Western world. Number 3. More intimacy. Contrary to the popular cliché, a 6-year study by the General Social Society showed, despite the lazy stereotype, in reality only 9% of married couples can report not being intimate in the past 12 months. Instead, many couples report multiple sexual encounters with their spouses per month. In fact, married couples are regularly intimate, more often than their single counterparts. And it's not just quantity, it's quality. Married couples don't have to fumble through the awkwardness of a one-night stand and get to enjoy a level of comfort that allows for deeper communication surrounding intimate desire. Number 4. For the love of money. Traditionally, during the Middle Ages, particularly among nobility, marriage meant more than just the union of two people. Weddings often represented the merging of two businesses or even countries. More often than not, politics and money would outweigh love in the decision to wed. Brides during this time would often wear large, colorful dresses that boasted the affluence and prosperity of whichever business or entity they represented. These bold, colorful dresses were often made from layers of fur, velvet, and silk. Number 5. Walking in a wedding wonderland. London's Marylebone Road is home to the world's first wedding-only department store. The Wedding Gallery is open 7 days a week and offers over 200 products and services. Everything you need to take the pressure out of planning and leave you more time to focus on starting out your marriage on the right foot. This matrimony haven has everything from invitations to jewelry, photographers to cake makers. They really have everything. Number 6. Guest list nightmare. Most people start pulling their hair out as the guest list approaches 150 people. But Jayalalitha Jairam, a former Tamil Nadu chief minister and popular movie star from India, hosted a wedding for over 150,000 guests on September 7, 1995. The wedding was for her foster son and cost the equivalent of $24 million US and featured a 5-kilometer drive for the wedding party and guests, which was elegantly strewn with rose petals and lined with 600 Grecian columns and enormous papier-mâché reproductions of Indian princes in erotic positions. Number 7. French marriages lack monogamy. Or do they? It is widely believed that the French have much looser adherence to the idea of monogamy. This attitude can be summarized in a study that asked participants if they considered infidelity unacceptable. American participants replied with 84% feeling it was unacceptable. When they asked French couples, however, the answer was much different. Only 47% thought that it was unacceptable. This might sound like an open and shut case for France, not exactly being the land of loyalty. But wait, everything is not as it seems. These numbers account for one-word answers and not cultural attitudes. In fact, most French couples agree that it is the responsibility of both partners to keep the other person interested. This means that there is a lower rate of actual infidelity than these numbers may initially lead us to believe. It really boils down to advice that can be applied in any marriage. Be your spouse's secret lover, and they won't need one. Number 8. Cheating doesn't pay. While Hollywood has a way of glorifying one spouse running off with a tall, dark stranger after a kiss in an elevator, or something very similar, the truth after the credits roll might not be happily ever after. Someone got around to crunching the numbers, and it turns out that 75% of marriages that begin as affairs, in other words, marrying your secret lover, end in divorce. This provides mathematical proof that cheating just isn't worth it. Number 9. Sadie Hawkins' proposal. While we typically imagine proposals involving a guy getting down on one knee in front of his stunned girlfriend, actually a small number of women do choose to propose, but at one time it was illegal to do so, until Scotland became the first country to make it legal in the year 1228. Before we get to number 10, please make a commitment to us by subscribing to GoMarry and hitting the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Also, take a moment to leave us a like. Number 10. Heartache is bad business. While Heartbreak Hotel may have made its money off the lonely and brokenhearted, traditional businesses do not. According to one estimate, American businesses lost nearly $6 billion in revenue due to decreased worker productivity linked to marriage hardship. Don't cost yourself and your employer money by singing the blues. Find the right partner now. That's where GoMarry comes in. This video is brought to you by GoMarry.com, the biggest marriage-only relationship service. Unlike regular dating sites that only promise you another date, our members are ready and looking for commitment, marriage, and family. Don't waste time on dating sites talking to insincere people. Find your perfect husband or wife to start your family right now at GoMarry.com.